We've been working on developing access points and campsites along the Lamoille River Paddlers Trail, and today we're putting in a set of steps and clearing the path to make it easier for people to enjoy getting out on the river.
And it's public and easy to get to, and so I think it's a win-win for everyone.
This is part of a larger effort to improve recreation along the waterways of the Lake Champlain Basin. The rivers that flow into the lake provide ample opportunities for river exploration, but there hasn't really been an entity that's led the charge. So we're happy to partner with towns and private individuals to make improvements to access, make it possible for folks to explore the rivers.
It's really our rivers that connect us. You know, our roads can go all over the place, but our rivers are always going to flow one direction, and they do connect us all the way to the lake. Everyone knows that the lake has some issues, but we need to really realize that those issues start upstream, and even if we don't live down at Lake Champlain, we can impact the health of Lake Champlain. The only thing that you're going to protect are the things that you love, so getting people out on the river and appreciating the river as a resource is really important to me.
I've been doing this for about close to 40 years, and I've watched the bird life increase, which means the water quality is getting better, the fish habitat is getting much better. On the other hand, what we're seeing is population in Vermont growing, the encroachment on the river's edge, and public access being less and less.
Many of the traditional access points are nothing more than just steep banks going down to the river. So little by little, we're working to make it easier and safer to access, as well as deal with erosion and other environmental issues. Volunteers are a really big part of the Lamoille River Paddlers Trail. We have a volunteer steering committee that meets quarterly to help us plan projects, and we rely heavily on volunteers to complete on-the-ground work. We also have volunteers to help take care of sites once they're constructed with annual maintenance visits and routine maintenance. We couldn't do it without the volunteers that we have.
We are a nonprofit. I am a part-time staff member and I'm the only one. So our board is entirely volunteer and we depend on our volunteers to get the work done.
This is our third annual Community Service Day.
The goal at this site is to create a recreation trail that's very accessible for example, families with young children or maybe people with a physical disability.
Being able to help other people have access to this, I think it just spreads that appreciation for rivers and just being out in the woods and protecting it.
I would just certainly encourage other, businesses to do this.
If people get to know the natural resources that we have and get to use them, then they value them. So when it comes time for referendum votes or for funding for conservation, they're more likely to support those kind of activities and, volunteer for events like this. To make it easy for folks to get here and for families to enjoy it.
There's lots of volunteer efforts out there. It's just a question of finding out where your local watershed association is. But they're all over Vermont now. Every watershed has its association.
So there's always opportunity, and the way to get on our mailing list is to just go to our website. If we have a call for volunteers or we have a project, we'll let folks know, and then they can come and give us a hand. We're glad to have new folks, and they can also meet people that they can go paddling with.
This is a critical time for people to get involved and be paying attention, because our opportunity will slip away from us as far as preserving some of this property along the river so that people will have access to it in the future.
Citizens of all ages can help improve the health of the Lake Champlain Basin. To learn more about local watershed groups and how to get involved, visit www.lcbp.org/get-involved.